Hello, welcome back, and as always, I hope you're doing well. Right, before I start today, guys, I want to let you all know that the View Cinema up and down the country, Enter the Dragon is playing. I'm going to go Saturday. I've got my ticket booked for 6 o'clock at Basildon, so I'll be watching Enter the Dragon on the big screen on Saturday with a few friends. Looking forward to it. I may actually upgrade my chairs to some recliners, because it's only £6.99 to go and see it. Now, I know we've got it on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, but like I've always said, Bruce Lee needs to be seen on the big screen. So just a heads up, guys, check your local View, Enter the Dragon's playing. I do wonder why, though, on their advertisement they've put the year down as 1974. 1973, people, 1973. Right, now, this week I plan to do a video on Blondie. You know, Blondie 1968, the Lost series. Well, there's a few episodes you can find on YouTube. Look up Blondie 68 and you'll see a whole playlist on Blondie. But I plan to do a video on Blondie. I was given this wonderful book by the author, John Overall. And I wanted to sort of discuss the script, whether it'll ever get found, one thing and another. Because obviously Bruce Lee stars as the karate instructor in one episode, Pick on a Bully Your Own Size. He stars as Mr. Yoto, but no one's ever seen it, apart from when it was aired, 1968. But anyway, but with all the comments I got on my John Little interview and my comments video the weekend regarding the saw in the head scene from The Big Boss, I wanted to put my thoughts out there, let you know what I think, and put this thing to rest. Maybe I'll dive into Blondie next week. Anyway, I got comments like this. Hey Stripey, that scene in The Big Boss where Bruce plants the saw in the guy's head was in the version I saw at Lowe State Theatre in Newark, New Jersey, where I lived. I too have seen the saw in the head moment on a work print I saw back in the day. I can also tell you about other missing pieces as the film rolls on. About the saw scene, there's a trivia that I found through Prime Video after watching the movie mentioning the saw scene, and it quotes, the infamous saw scene mentioned in the alternate version section apparently was shown only once to an open public, and that was the film's original premiere in the fall of 1971 in Hong Kong. Co-star Mary Yee said it was present in the film, but it didn't look realistic. Ironically, this was part of the rumour for years about why the scene was never shown again. Somewhere in the world, Stripey, that scene exists. We can only cross our fingers and hope the scene can see the light of day again. And I've had these, ever since I've been doing Stripey Rambles, Bruce Lee, I've had these comments in and out for quite a while. As you can see, certainly two people, Ruben and the Budgie 29, believe they saw it. And yet I also got comments like this from Peter Reynolds. One thing I'm getting fed up with is the Big Boss saw in the head scene. When people say they saw it, no one did. It doesn't exist anymore. More's the pity. So why do some people honestly think and they believe they saw the infamous saw in the head scene? Well, someone commented on the video and his name was Roberto Sanchez. And Roberto made a good point, and he said this. It's called the Mandela Effect regarding the saw. The Mandela Effect is characterised by many people sharing the same false memory about a specific event or detail. Now, if you don't know what the Mandela Effect is, it's quite a phenomenon really. We all remember things slightly different. Like, you know, in Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, we always think when Darth Vader is talking to Luke and reveals who he is, and he says, Luke, I am your father. Well, he doesn't actually say that. He says, no, I am your father. But if I'd not checked that, I would have sworn down that he said, Luke, I am your father. It's like a false memory. You don't really remember it properly. There's other famous ones like Jaws. How often do we go, we're going to need a bigger boat? It's only a slight change, but he doesn't. Roy Schneider says, you're going to need a bigger boat. It's only a slight change, but it's a different memory. I always say we're going to need a bigger boat. So it is an actual phenomenon. So maybe this is why people think they saw, excuse the pun, that saw in the head scene. Now we do know it was filmed and it does exist because we have 4 or 5 photos from that, as well as the contact sheets. Now in the amazing book The Mandarin Superstar by Steve Kerridge and Darren Chua, it says, during the sequence in the ice factory storage shed, Chen Chao-an embeds the saw into the head of one of the attacking Thai thugs. The scene was never shown past the initial screening on the 17th of October for cinema owners and prospective buyers. Now, doing this video, believe it or not, the international cut of that scene actually has 4 more frames, 3 or 4 more frames of Bruce swinging the saw down. 4 frames. I know, I'm a Bruce Lee geek, what can I do? It's Peter Chan Leung's character, the thug in the blue t-shirt, who is the clue to all of this. He's the one behind Bruce Lee to the left. He's also the guy that let Bruce Lee into the boss's mansion through the gates near the end of the film. He's also got his blue t-shirt on under his jacket. I hope he washed it. But he's at the back, left of Bruce. During that whole fight scene, Bruce keeps knocking him back and he falls against the ice. And he stays there pretty much until Bruce brings the sword down. And then all of a sudden it appears in front of Bruce Lee. Brandon Bentley covers this very, very well on the extra that's in the Bruce Lee at Golden Harvest box set. Not quite the biggest boss. It's a great extra. I like Brandon Bentley, I must admit.
Let's be honest, you knew this was coming.
And animator Mike Kelly done a brilliant animation of what possibly could have happened during that scene. So what I've done, I put Mike Kelly's bit in between the Bruce Lee swinging the sword down and then Peter Chan Leung getting the stick kicked in half and then kicked through the wall. I'll link Mike's video in the description down below. It's definitely worth checking out. And I think with the saw hitting the wood, that's probably how Bruce lost it. It's very well put together, but we'll never know for sure. But that's kind of how I think the scene would have gone down. So it isn't just a saw in the head scene. There's a little bit more to it than that. Otherwise, how did Peter, in his blue shirt, get in front of Bruce Lee? There was more to it than that. So all we have is 5 photos from that scene, about 5. And 1 second of squelchy audio.
That 1 second of audio is the only evidence left in the film itself of the missing scene.
I, like yous, would love to think that it's in a dusty canister somewhere, hidden away, and someone's going to unearth it. But honestly, I think it was shown once, they didn't like it or thought it was too graphic because of the gore, or it just didn't work like Mary apparently said, and it's just been scrapped. Lost forever. And like John Little said when I was having my chat with John, by now 50 years plus, well, I mean 54 years, 1971, if someone had that footage, they would have come across someone with some money and they would have been offered a lot of money for that scene and it would have been seen by now, I believe. Like you guys, I hope that I'm absolutely wrong and this thing is unearthed one day. But realistically, I can't see it. I think you guys that believe you saw the saw scene, it's probably that Mandela Effect. I know it sounds wacky, but it is an actual phenomenon. It is a thing. Also, I've been working on the Wang Fu Ling Joseph Koo Big Boss soundtrack. This one's not an easy one, guys. It would be lovely to have all the songs and who originally done them, but we know Golden Harvest was pretty well famous for just nicking music, what they saw fit, and just stuck it in there. I found some music in a film from 1966. It's a Japanese film called Daimajin, and the guy who done the music in that is Akira Ifukube, and that has some music cues that are in the Mandarin cut of The Big Boss, as well as the 1958 movie How to Make a Monster's main theme. But that's kind of it at the minute. This one's going to take me a while, I think. Right, but let me know what you think about The Big Boss. Let me know. I know Budgie, I know Ruben think they've seen it, and some people think it's still out there, and yet others think it's lost forever. Let me know what you think about this in the description down below. It does open up an interesting dialogue. Let's hope that one day I'm wrong. Let's really do hope that I'm wrong on this one. I'd love to see it, I really would, even if it's a little hokey. Right, with that, as always, before I go, if you wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up, it really does help boost the algorithm. Comment, let me know if you've seen the Saw in the Head scene. Also, let me know if you don't think it exists anymore, like Peter Reynolds. Subscribe to the channel. Like you know, I want Stripey Rambles to grow a little bit this year. And hit that notification bell so you never miss another video when I put one out. And a special thank you to my amazing patrons. Cheers, guys. You're amazing. Right. With that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have yourselves an amazing week, guys. Much love. And I'll be back with another ramble real soon. You take care now.